They always say you want to be on the right side of history, right? And sometimes the Browns make history for not the right reasons. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not ESPN stats and info or anything like this, but in my quick research and in my 36 years of walking this earth, I'm pretty sure the Browns have done something yet again historic. And I don't know if it's a good thing to be on the right side of history. We'll tell you what that is. We'll get to it coming up. Another week of Dylan Gabriel. Another interesting response from Kevin Stefanski on a question from Dylan Gabriel. We got our conspiracy theories now out about Shedeur Sanders. We'll get to that coming up as well. Cavs! That was a nice win against 76ers. Hey! Cavs are better with Darius Garland healthy. Wow. Shocker. Cavs are looking prime, man. I really enjoyed that game on Wednesday night. So get to that coming up. We just missed one on our FanDuel parlay last week, Ryan. It's all right.
Oh, no.
It was the Colts. They lost outright.
That was the only one we
That was the only one we missed.
Yeah.
The only one we missed. So we got some big ones this week. We got some large spreads. Because this is something I think we'll get to around FanDuel. Is there a legit quarterback problem in the NFL now? CJ Stroud out. Jaden Daniels, don't send me the video. I've seen it. I don't want to see it again. Like, Jaden Daniels out. Like, how many? And it seems to happen every year where you just get this just a mass amount of backup quarterbacks that are playing. But here we are mid-season in the NFL, and you got 5 franchise guys, take what you want about Kyler Murray, out. All these guys out. Doesn't make for a good product. But we got some large spreads, so we'll get to that coming up a little bit. Buckeyes getting down to the end of the regular season. Big matchup this weekend. Not really. We'll get to that coming up as well. We got it all for you. And that damn grid. Bad on our part last week. We'll redeem ourselves this week. We got it all for you right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. So happy and appreciative to have you alongside this week here on the show. 7 o'clock Thursday nights on the Big Play social channels. Friday, 4 o'clock on The Rock, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. God, man, do I love FanDuel. Big news in the betting world and some other ones, but FanDuel is where you want to be. Big Play. Go to FanDuel.com/Big Play. We'll tell you about that coming up in a little bit. Our friends at Pure AV, Physicians Ambulance, and Garage Beer. I can go no further because you see the shirt. Yeah, I got to shout out my guys. Riverfront Clothing, my buddy Mike. He's a Cleveland firefighter, and he and his friend started a clothing company and go, Matt, we had a merch drop. And I was like, yeah, can I steal one of those? If you're a wrestling fan, shout out to Ben Axelrod. I already got one online for him. Go check him out on Instagram. It's the easiest way to do it. Riverfront Clothing. Just search for him, drop him a follow there, and you can pick up their latest merch drop. I was like, man, I feel like wrestling's pretty big in Cleveland.
Yeah, I unpromptly complimented you.
Yeah, and you did. Yeah, you were like, man, where'd you get that shirt? And you, show everybody, you have the Nick Chubb shirt from our Big Play store. That's
gone, but not forgotten.
Yeah, no, I still have that same shirt, too. We have great merch, bigplay.com. They're everywhere, but I wanted to shout out my guy Mike and his guys at Riverfront Clothing. Go follow them on Instagram. So, I don't like giving out wrong stats, but Ryan, you've been doing this with me long enough. You know that happens. I'm pretty sure that this is the first time, and I'm just going to say in the history of the NFL, that an NFL head coach has given up play calling twice in the same regime. It's not like Kevin Stefanski got fired, came back, he pulled a Ray Horton, came back again. It's not like he went somewhere else. In back-to-back years, he has given up play calling. I've never seen that. And especially from the weird part that he gave it up and then took it back. And I know they fired Ken Dorsey, but when Tommy Rees got elevated, that question was one of the hottest questions all of training camp, right? Are you going to keep calling plays, Kevin? Are you going to give it over to Tommy? What's going on here? And they get to the bye week where there was going to be a change. You know, I didn't know if it was going to be a massive trade. Didn't happen. I didn't know if it was going to be a coach firing. Didn't happen. I didn't know if it was going to be a quarterback change. That didn't happen. So they had to do something. And that's where Kevin Stefanski came to the ultimate realization that he was going to give up play calling again. Now, on the surface, why? Why are we doing this again? You gave it over to Ken Dorsey last year. It actually got worse when he took over play calling. Now, I think what Kevin is probably thinking is a similar line of thought of last year, right? Were you good in science? Did you really like science in school?
I was okay.
Okay, that was the one thing I was really good at.
Well, there's different branches.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I was horrible at physics. I was good at biology.
You like chemistry, stuff like that?
No, because it had math.
Yeah, you're right. I was actually really good at chemistry, but I sucked at math. I don't know how that worked. Physics was not my bag. You're right. I liked biology. I liked chemistry. But when you're running an experiment in the science world, you want to do what? Eliminate variables. Kevin Stefanski in this Browns 2025 team is a giant experiment, and it's not going well. It's literally blowing up in your face. So what he's trying to think is, well, I will remove myself as the variable, just as he did last year, and try to see if I'm part of the problem or the solution. What happened last year, Ryan? He came out of that smelling like roses because they go, man, it actually got worse. We should have kept Kevin as the play caller. This year, trying for the same thing, I really... Here's the thing. I'm actually a little more intrigued about Tommy Rees calling plays. I felt like last year was forced. I feel like something came down or something was pushed for Kevin to give up play calling last year. This seems a little more natural. This seems a little bit more of this actually might help the team. And Tommy Rees, where's the only place he's ever called plays before, Ryan? College. You got two young quarterbacks. One is in there. One will be in there eventually. Young quarterbacks who just came out of college. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I'm not saying you tear up your playbook and go college. You're going to get smoked. You try to run a college playbook in the NFL, you're going to get smoked. And it's not like you can run RPOs with Dylan Gabriel. But I'm just trying to pick up things on why this might be good. And I really am more intrigued to see what Tommy Rees has as a play caller. Now, all you might be doing is setting him up to go take one of those college jobs. You know, that's the other thing that I thought about this. You could be, again, we could be doing this cycle all over again. Think about this. Kevin Stefanski gave up play calling to Ken Dorsey last year. Ken Dorsey got fired. He gave up play calling to Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees might leave at the end of this season to go take a head coaching job in college, and you'll just start this cycle all over again. Kevin taking play calling back and then giving it up to Chad O'Shea or something next year. I don't know.
Bruh.
You want some Mike Bloomgren play calling over there?
Bubba Ventrone could call play.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Please don't do that.
No, but Matt, what I find interesting about it is because you go back to last year when Kevin Stefanski gave up play calling to Ken Dorsey, right at that time, Deshaun Watson was out for the season. So
correct.
Jameis Winston came in and it was like, well, what are we doing? Ken Dorsey was brought in for Deshaun Watson. Now we're giving him play calling when Deshaun Watson isn't there. And then kind of similar to this season, like we're getting towards that point where Dylan Gabriel's kind of outgrowing his welcome. I think it's fair to say.
That's a very nice way of you putting that.
And yeah. And we're kind of transitioning to the point where Shedeur Sanders is on the horizon. Well, I want to see Kevin Stefanski call plays with Shedeur Sanders. You know, a quarterback that we think has a higher ceiling than a guy like Dylan Gabriel. But now we're shifting it, giving it to Tommy Rees. Kind of similar to how last year was. Like, it's like, can I figure out if Kevin Stefanski can do this or not? And I should probably know that answer by now. If I don't have a definitive answer on it, then the answer probably is maybe he's not as good as we thought he was. But I would have liked to see him call plays with Shedeur Sanders.
Well, and I think you bring up a fantastic point. You're resetting what you thought the future might be.
Right, and
like, if you believe that, if Shedeur Sanders, if everything goes right for the Browns, Shedeur Sanders is a future answer for you, a future solution at the quarterback problem. Well, and if you will then believe that Kevin Stefanski is going to be here, yeah, you want those guys together. You want them getting together so we can be better off for next year. They can't do that because they're on the precipice of losing this season if it's not already lost and losing the locker room. That was another thing that I thought was this seemed to be a little bit of a, whatchamacallit, like, you know, kind of a kick in the rear end for the locker room, right? And Spencer German, shout out to Spencer, he covers the Browns, Locked On Browns, and he had a good article about switching the play caller is not going to fix everything. Like, you still need the receivers to be better. You still need the offensive line to continue to improve. Just calling plays from somebody else, and make no mistake, this is still Kevin's offense, right? Like, Tommy Rees is going to come up with his play sheet, and he's going to write down the plays that he likes and maybe call it different than Kevin. You're not tearing your whole offense up. You're not changing everything. You can't. So it's still Kevin's offense. Now, you might get different personnel. I don't know what other personnel. Yeah, you got Sed Tillman back. Congratulations. Like, what are you going to change on the personnel side of things? You still need to be able to run the football. But I think this was just the spark. They're just trying to grab at something here. And then it's a great problem to have. What happens if it looks great? What happens if Tommy Rees makes Dillon Gabriel look great? Here's the thing that's also...
That ain't happening.
Well, follow me on this for a second, if you will, please. I want to throw this out to you and our great listeners and our great viewers here on Big Play. What if Dillon Gabriel looks good? You say, Matt, that's great. And I go, everybody likes things that is comfortable and easy. People, I will fight people on this. They don't like change. People don't like change. I don't think you do. And everybody is already on this one-track thing that Dillon Gabriel sucks. You are on that. You believe that. You don't want a detour. And we're saying that's asinine, right? That is the exact opposite of the problem we have. We're searching for a quarterback. Everybody out there thinks and knows it would just be easier to say Dillon Gabriel's not the guy. We'll find that out. Because I do think an element of Rees calling plays, I'm not saying this is the final hurrah or the lifesaver, the life preserver thrown to Dillon Gabriel, but it's like, okay, we're going to change play callers for it. If you still can't do it, then we know for sure that that's it. And you'll find that answer maybe this weekend, however many starts he gets. And then that gets us to Shedeur Sanders. What's going on? What's going on? You know, there's a clip that went around of Tony Rizzo and Tony Grossi, and I've known both of them for literally my entire career. Riz has meant more to me than anybody in this business, right? He's done everything he's done so much for me. And for those that don't know, I don't even know if I ever mentioned this show. I used to work at ESPN Cleveland. I was there for a long time. A lot of great people there, a lot of people that I still have a lot of respect and love very much. And the Tonys, Grossi and Riz, they were debating, like, he's got 3 different injuries now, and he's not playing, and he's not getting number 1 rep practice. Like, where are these injuries coming from? And it's just kind of like I think it gets dicey when you start calling people on injuries. Like Jack Conklin. People used to just love to rip Jack Conklin. I'm like, that's the slippery slope. I don't like doing that.
Still happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like... I'm going to trust, and maybe I'm being naive on this, I'm going to trust that if a guy can play, he's going to play.
What about Jed Wills?
Okay, you got me. Okay, you got me. That was one.
There's an exception.
Yeah, it gets dicey. It gets dicey on that. But yeah, you would like Shedeur to be healthy, but Ryan, he's got back problems now. What is he, 75 years old? I mean, I'm 36. I got back problems. We all got them. But like, so now you throw that wrench into it of like, yeah, why isn't he out there playing, or why aren't we? Will see him soon. I guarantee you we'll see him soon. When it will be, I don't know. But are you buying any of this like conspiracy theory that there's something in addition to? I'm dancing around it. You want my honest opinion on this whole thing?
Yeah.
They didn't want Shedeur Sanders. That was forced from ownership. They drafted him, and they don't want to play him. That's what I think. Hit the conspiracy theory. That's what I think. That's it. Now, what's the giant curveball in that whole thing? That guy, people thought was going to be the 2nd overall pick. And he can't play? I don't understand. Like that's the whole thing of that's my vibe on the situation. Ownership wanted this pick. They made it because they're not idiots and they know who signed their checks. So they took Shedeur Sanders, but he's not ready to play. And I'm not saying they're faking injuries, Baltimore, but something. Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see him in a couple of weeks. I guarantee you. I got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks, and I think you'll see.
I think
Shedeur
more
Sanders.
than anything, it's probably just the fact that well, I guess technically now you're at the midway point season, and you've gone through Joe Flacco. He's traded. You've gone through what you think is enough of Dillon Gabriel. It's kind of like they realize, well, we still have half the season left, and we can't really make this switch from Dillon to Shedeur now, because if Shedeur doesn't look good, well, man, we still have half a season left. What, are we going to go to Deshaun?
Yeah. Right.
And that's possible. So maybe like this whole Tommy Rees thing. I hope not. This whole Tommy Rees thing is like, well, okay, everybody wants us to go to Shedeur now. We don't feel comfortable yet because we still have this whole half of the season. Well, maybe, okay, now let's give Dillon Gabriel a couple more games, and we can throw in another variable, as you said, with Tommy Rees calling plays. And then if it still looks like total and utter garbage, which is very possible, then at least maybe we'll get to the point where we only have 6. I almost said, I'm not saying it. the meme, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
5-6 games left in the season. Now we can throw out Shedeur because if it looks bad, then maybe we only have 1 or 2 weeks where we really have to scramble to figure out what we're going to do.
Real quick, I don't even know what the 6-7 thing means.
It doesn't mean anything.
Oh,
That's the
really?
whole point.
Oh, okay. This is
it's
old
so
guy
stupid,
thing.
yeah.
It's just something
There's
with the
like
kids.
no meaning. They just
Okay,
love
that's
saying
fair enough. Good for them. Yeah, whatever. There was another 6-some number that we used to make fun of when we were
Yeah.
kids, but that's another story for another day. And people are worried about, like, oh, what's it going to look like when Shedeur gets in there because the rest of the offense is bad. You can't play that game either. Either he's in there and you're going to play him or not. Final thing, just I want to pay this off, is that Kevin Stefanski was asked about Dylan Gabriel's height, and he just gave a word salad of like, well, we just got to play better. It is so painfully obvious that Dylan Gabriel is too short to play in the NFL. They said in the draft when they first took him, was a question then, and I remember this, that Kevin Stefanski said, quote, his height doesn't show up on tape. Well, I got some bad news for you now. It's showing up on Sundays. It's showing up for me now. If he doesn't have the arm strength to push the ball down the field and he can't see anything, it's not gonna work. Here we are. All right, we'll get it. We're favored. We are favored against the Jets. No Quinnen Williams, no Sauce Gardner. We'll get to that. Did you see what Sauce did for those kids?
No.
Oh, I got to tell you about that. Tell you about that coming up in a second. But we got the Jets. We got the report card. We'll take a look at them. Opportunity for win number 3 for the Cleveland Browns. We'll discuss that all coming up. You can win for the holiday season with Pure AV. You ever do Friendsgiving, Ryan?
Yes, I have.
I have a Friendsgiving this weekend. And we used to do this, pre-kids. My wife and I, we were just married. And her group of work friends, they've all kind of left for other jobs. But she went out to dinner with them a couple of months ago. And she's like, we need to bring Friendsgiving back. So lo and behold, we got Friendsgiving on Saturday. But the husbands are coming. It's a great get-together. And it was one of my favorite things that we'd all just sit in my basement, have a drink, watch, listen to some music, hang out. And I thought about Pure AV because my setup is fine. I have a TV mounted on the wall. I have a surround sound, but I got the cords hanging everywhere. They're like run across the top of my basement and all that. Pure AV. And I don't doubt anything that Don and his team could do at Pure AV. You might be able to get them on the horn today, and they could get you your setup before Thanksgiving or the holidays. I don't know. But at the very least, if you have the house that everybody comes to and you host and you enjoy doing that, what is your setup? Can everybody sit down and watch college football on Saturday? Can everybody come over for the holidays and watch the big NBA game that's on? If you don't have that setup, Pure AV can do it for you. Anything. Home automation, golf simulators are really... Dude, wish I had that for Dan and Chad, my buddies, to come over and be like, hey, man, ladies can be upstairs. Ladies come on down golf too, but we're going to go hit 9 holes here. Pure AV can do anything for you. Check them out. The price is what you are looking for, too. Like, that's the thing. I love working with Pure AV and Don because you could sit down with them and say, guys, this is what we're looking for, but this is kind of our price point. And they are experts at getting the most out of your budget. I can guarantee you that. Check them out. Scan that QR code, pureavcorp.com. Just search for them. You'll find them. Showroom is down in Akron. Check them out with their great friends at Pure AV. Let's take a look at those Jets, a different looking Jets than they were on Monday. And I'll tell you what Sauce Gardner did, which really kind of made me a Sauce Gardner fan. I loved it. We'll talk about it next. Fontana Show right here on Big Play, presented by FanDuel. Stay with us.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows. Energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play, 7 o'clock on Thursdays, 4 o'clock on Fridays on The Rock. He's Ryan Tyler. I'm Matt Fontana, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. We'll take a look at the report card. We'll get you up on the Jets, kind of where they're at. And there is one thing you got to watch for this game on Sunday. I'll tell you what that is coming up. But, folks, Physicians Ambulance, they're hiring. If you're an EMT, you're a paramedic, and you're looking for some work, Physicians Ambulance is the place to go. And I'm telling you, not all companies are the same. And especially when you think about ambulance services, it's a very small and niche type of organizations, if you will. Physicians Ambulance has been recognized on a national level. Ryan, they've actually written protocols for national level service at Physicians Ambulance. The company is forefront with their employees. equipment that is calibrated, some of the newest vehicles that you can find. And they're always looking to push the industry forward. And part of that is helping you move forward with clinical protocols, with continuing education. They have it all. They have so many great services for their employees as well. So again, full-time, part-time, you work municipal and you want some part-time work around the holiday season, or you're just looking for a switch up here, go to Physicians Ambulance. Check them out. They're all around Cleveland, do all the major sports teams here in downtown, but then they're all over. North Ridgeville, Menor, Kent, Warren, Ashland, Worcester, Columbus, and headquartered in Brecksville. You're close to a Physicians Ambulance. Close to work. Their pay is great. The people are great. Everything is. And they don't just talk about being better. They are better. They're the best. I love them very much. Physicians Ambulance. Check them out. Apply today. Help them continue to set the standard. Physiciansambulance.com. That is physiciansambulance.com. All right, Ryan, let's take a look at those one-win New York Jets. Weird thing, both teams coming off of their bye to play one another.
Yes, very true.
Because the Jets somehow beat the Bengals.
Coming off a W.
The Bengals. Done. Zach Taylor. Done. Why did they not trade Trey Hendrickson? What are they doing? What are they doing? Mismanaged. But anyway, Jets did get their first win.
Is he really going to sign another one-year deal?
The only thing that they can do on that is franchise tag him.
Oh, that'll go smooth.
That's what I'm saying. That's not going to go well because he's going to do the same thing he did this year. They're going to franchise tag. Oh, wait. Was there a provision in his new deal that they could not franchise tag? I don't think there was. Somebody, we don't have a staff person. Somebody check me on that. But anyway, mismanaged on that. But anyway, back to the Jets. So they get their first win of the season. So you would think, okay, they had a bye week to uplift. You watch Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams get traded away, you're right back to feeling like crap if you are the New York Jets. Now, Sauce Gardner, I don't know if you saw his video. So this dad, obviously in New York, his sons were in the kitchen, and he had to break the unfortunate news to them. I don't know, they looked maybe 4-7, 5-7, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That Sauce had gotten traded. And the one kid just bursts out in tears. Just, Sauce is my favorite player. And he asks Dad, where'd he go? And they go, the Colts. And the son literally goes, well, I'm a Colts fan now. Sauce saw the video, made a video. The Colts sent it out. He signed 2 Colts jerseys and sent it to those kids. That's awesome. I love that, man. I liked Sauce before. I know you did, Cincy guy. I love seeing that kind of stuff. That's the stuff, athletes, as great as they are, when they just, there's a connection to the fans. And I just love that. So now I'm a Sauce. I'm not saying I was anti-Sauce before. It's nothing for me, but that's awesome from Sauce. That was great. But
Jets continue to lose fans.
They do. And honestly, there was a debate to be had on Sportsman, on ESPN this week was talking about it. Is this actually the right thing finally for them to do? They're barreling in. They're saying we need to go to the full rebuild. And I can't remember who sent this tweet. It might have been Mike Garafolo, Tom Pelissaro, something like that. And they go, the Jets have made a realization that you can have all the best defensive players. If you don't have the quarterback, it doesn't mean anything. And I go, oh, who does that sound like?
I completely agree, but then again, there's 2 sides to that. Because 1, do rebuilds work is a question that you have to ask yourself. And then 2, well, you know what? You did have Sam Darnold. And again, I'm not saying that would have worked out similar to Baker, but is it a player that doesn't work out in a franchise, or is it the franchise that fails the quarterback? Now, I'm sure there's parts that it's both, but again, I think it's like a nurture versus nature. A quarterback comes into a dysfunctional organization. They have players around them that aren't playoff success people that don't send the right messages, and it goes all the way up to ownership.
Here's the other thing, too. You got to build something for at least when the quarterback shows up, right? They go draft Fernando Mendoza next year. And they kept Garrett Wilson, they kept Breece Hall because obviously offense is a premium. But if their defense is rear end, then how is that going to help Fernando Mendoza if he's the pick and the race is on for him to be the number 1 pick? I don't know. All right, Justin Fields, who I wanted here bad, and I wanted to see if it would work. But Ryan, at the end of the day, all that is showing me is it's not it.
No.
He's not it.
Holds on to the football way too long.
Holds on. He's 30th in yards. He's only thrown the 5 touchdowns. He's not thrown an interception here.
Yeah, which is crazy. I saw that this morning. I was a little bit surprised.
The crazy thing is he's got 3 rushing touchdowns to just 5 passing touchdowns. You want a prop for Sunday? Justin Fields has had at least 20 yards in every game that he has played. He has surpassed 30 yards in all but 2 of his games this year. So a little rushing prop for Justin Fields. Go ahead and take, I would like over 30. 50 gets a little dicey, but I like over 30 for him on Sunday. The lean here is obviously to the Jets, I guess, because at least he has played. But Dylan Gabriel and Justin Fields have the same amount of wins. Take that for what it's worth. And also remember, they were ready to bench him. They were ready to change all of that and go to Tyrod Taylor, but then Tyrod Taylor got hurt. I really think this is probably the last start for Justin Fields, so he's going to really go out there and try to let it all hang out. Sacked 22 times. The Jets, we'll get to the offensive line in a second, they give up the third most sacks per game in the NFL. So Miles should get a cup on this one. Like you said, Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long. He's trying to play college ball. It doesn't work all that well, but on these two, you got to lean to Justin Fields on that one.
Yeah, there we go. It might be the closest we ever get with Dylan Gabriel, but it's still Justin Fields.
As far as the quarterbacks we got to play, I'd have to run through it and see. All right, head coach, yes. Aaron Glenn might turn out to be the better one on this. I don't know. And the trades that were made, too, is very clear that they are invested in Aaron Glenn to be here for 3 years and try to turn it around. Like, you can't trade those guys and then really be on the itchy trigger finger getting rid of your coach. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Unless you find a guy at the end of this year.
Yeah, we'll see. But head coach would give it there. Wide receiver, Garrett Wilson did practice limited on Wednesday. We do our show on Thursday mornings. He's had a knee injury. He's been out since October 13th, I believe. And at that time, they said it was a multiple-week deal, so you're looking at about a month, so you're pretty close to that. I would imagine the pressure is on to play Garrett Wilson in this game because, again, you're at home. You made all these trades. The season's done for the Jets, but they need some. So I think Garrett Wilson's going to play. But even without Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, Lazard, Mechie, almost anybody's going to be better than the Browns at this point. Like Jerry Jeudy, if Garrett Wilson doesn't play, Jerry Jeudy is the best receiver on either team. But after that, you just got to give it to the Jets on that one. Interesting, you went Browns on running back. Yeah, Breece Hall's fifth in the NFL in yards.
I couldn't went either way.
I would have gone Breece Hall.
And I wouldn't have argued on that.
Yeah, I would. That's probably a back and forth that you could have had there. So we'll give you that. Now, offensive line-wise, the Jets actually can run the football. That's the one little thing that they can do in this. Let me see. I just had it here. Oh, you want the other stat that I was talking about here? You have two of the worst teams in third down percentage. The Jets are the fifth worst team in third down percentage. The Browns are third. 35 and 33% on third down. So watch the war of attrition on third down coming up this weekend. Also, I'll get to our picks later. The under. You got two teams that don't score a lot, and actually what used to be a good defense with the Jets, certainly good with the Browns. The under might be the play here. Let me get to the what I want to do. No, red zone. They're not good. The Jets have the third best rushing offense in the NFL, and it's because you have Breece Hall and you have Justin Fields who can run the football. Is that so much on the offensive line? Not necessarily, but also when I just look that they give up the third most sacks per game. The Jets give up almost 3.9 sacks per game. 4 sacks per game from the Jets with a guy that can move. Myles Garrett should get 2 on this game on Sunday. So I don't mind the offensive line over going to the Browns. And then defensively, again, the Browns are better in a few. The rushing defense, again, is kind of where the Jets actually aren't so bad. But overall, they're kind of middle of the pack. Jets are 20th in the NFL in overall defense. They're 11th in passing defense. I think I had that flipped. And then they're 26th in rushing. So that's the thing. They're decent in the past, but you don't have Sauce anymore now. So that's going to change everything. We'll give the Browns certainly the defense because they traded away Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner. I don't think that's a debate there either.
No, not even close.
What does that then tell you, Ryan?
I mean, the Browns should win this one.
Browns should win this football game. We'll get to our picks later coming up. And speaking of picks, FanDuel 4-leg parlay. We were so very close. Now, we got some big spreads in this one that we got, but we'll get to that coming up. We'll touch on the Buckeyes. We got the Cavs all for you. It's Fontana Show on Big Play and The Rock, presented by FanDuel, Physicians Ambulance, Garage Beer, and Pure AV. The parlay comes your way next.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Oh, it is that beautiful time for our 4-leg parlay here on the Fontana Show, presented by FanDuel. One of my favorite nights, just not ever, but just in general, is when I get a little Jackets and Cavs action on my parlay. Did not have hit. The Jackets got smoked on Wednesday night. But you can go bet with us on FanDuel, folks. We're going to put our parlay up. You can play along. But the NBA season is here, and FanDuel is so great. With the My Way, you can slide the stat that you're looking for. Loved there's 2 assist ones that I love. Donovan's getting a lot of assists. Lonzo Ball off the bench is a great prop to go ahead and throw in, even for 4. He's averaging 5. But go ahead and throw Lonzo Ball in there. The guy is facilitating out there. You had a double-double for Jared Allen on Wednesday night. Bet it all with our friends at FanDuel. The NBA is here, so even if you missed the start of the game, you want to ride the hot hand, get the live bets going there. You want to get a little fourth quarter comeback, maybe action there. FanDuel has got you covered. Combine your live bets into a single game parlay for that shot at an even bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join. FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets. That's right, $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So go ahead and place it on whatever you want, $5 on anything. And if it wins as a new customer, $300 in bonus bets. To get that deal, though, you got to go to FanDuel.com/bigplay. Go to FanDuel.com/bigplay. Sign up for your account. Download the app. You're into your account. Get that $5 bet. Get it. $300 if it wins. And you're off to the races. Must be 21 and over and present in select states, or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Now it works. 2 for Ryan, 2 for me. 4-leg, let's go.
All right, what are we starting with?
Panthers. Panthers are hot.
You hungry? You keep pounding for the Panthers?
Yeah. I thought Bryce Young was trash. I'm wrong. It was really bad, though, the Saints. And now they traded again. They traded Shaheed away. They're starting Tyler Shuck, who I wanted for the Browns in the second round. Now I will take Carson Schlesinger and Quinshon Judkins. Those are better picks. I like the Panthers in this one a lot. I'm going to ride the hot hand that is Carolina. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in their last 5. And they actually have played well against the conference that they've been in. They've won their last 5. They've won their 5-0 in their last NFC games. So go ahead and take them against the Saints. Saints are not good. They're struggling. 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games. Ryan, they're 1-12 straight up in their last 12, and they're 0-6 their last 6 road games. That's not turning with Tyler Shuck here. I really think Carolina, which I never, ever thought this year I'd be taking the Panthers as a favorite to cover against anybody. But I will take it here. Give me the 5. Go Bryce Young.
All right, I am going with the Minnesota Vikings to cover +4. I know this is a lot of people aren't going to like this pick because what's the hot button topic? Lamar's back. The Ravens are winning the AFC North. The Ravens are going to the playoffs.
Okay,
their defenses look better.
You're getting 4.
Yes, that's very true. But listen, Lamar's back, and he certainly is that whole entire offense. But let's call it for what it is. You were playing against maybe the worst team in the NFL at the moment, or one of the bottom 3 teams in the NFL, in the Miami Dolphins. Dysfunction centered right now. Minnesota Vikings, their defense is, again, legit. J.J. McCarthy just went into Ford Field and ended what I believe was a 15-game home regular season win streak for the Detroit Lions. He looked amazing. He's getting it done with his arms and his legs. Baltimore Ravens defense, better the last couple weeks, but again, this is going to be an offense where I feel confident in. J.J. McCarthy's going to be able to extend plays. You're going to have those edge rushers. Maybe not collapse in the pocket too much because J.J. McCarthy can get around them. I like the Vikings to not... listen, if you're going to give me 4.5, I'll take it all day long.
Baltimore's only covered 3 of their last 9 games. Again, that was Tyler Huntley. That was who else did they put in there? Cooper Rush. So I get it, but they're also just 3-6 straight up in their last 9. Here's the stat that you're going to want to take the bed, put under your pillow, and just feel really warm under that, Ryan. Minnesota at home against Baltimore. 5-1 in the last 6 games at home against the Ravens. Now, that's a very historical trend.
J.J. McCarthy.
There's a very historic trend there, but I'll listen to that. All right, next up for me, go ahead and give me the Lions to cover this big. I just think the Jaden Daniel injury, that the comedies are done. They're done. There's going to be an emotional letdown from this one. And I think the Lions are going to come in here, as you mentioned, good and ticked off. Now, that is an 8.5-point spread on the road. Detroit is 10-2 in their last 12 games on the road. I'm going to see, and they're 6-2 straight up and against the spread their last 8 games against Washington. Detroit's 5-2 against the spread their last 7. Washington, even with Jaden Daniels, was 1-5 against the spread, 1-5 straight up in their last 6. Give me the Lions, the big number. I wish it was a little less. I would actually maybe even bet that down in a parlay on an alt spread, but go and give me the Lions in that one. I think the commies are just done.
All right, this is a little big spread, too. I would like to bet it down a little bit, but we're not scared here on the Matt Fontana Show. So I'm going Seattle Seahawks minus 6.5. Seattle Seahawks darlings of the NFL right now. Sam Darnold looks tremendous. Their defense may be the best. In terms of consistency, I think they're the best in the NFL. Not a surprise that Mike McDonald. I've been saying that week after week. JSN, man, he's blossomed.
So good.
One of the best receivers in the NFL.
So good.
Shouldn't be surprised when you graduate from the Ohio State University. That's tough for me to admit, but I will be honest with myself.
Where's Marv?
Arizona Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett looked good against the Cowboys, but again, that's one of the worst defenses in the entire NFL.
Oh, my God.
You're traveling on the road again, this time in Seattle. Seattle's red hot right now. I mean, the Rashid Shaheed, one of the, I guess, more underrated. Well, there weren't that many moves at the deadline. There were, for a normal deadline, there were a lot of moves, actually. But that one's interesting because they weren't really bad at receiver. You're just looking to upgrade what was already a good room in Rashid Shaheed. That'll open things up for JSN. I love the Seahawks in this one by a touchdown.
Seahawks 6-1 against the spread their last 7, 6-1 straight up in their last 7. For Arizona, they actually are 7-3 against the spread their last 10 games. So they've been cover dogs here, but Arizona has only covered 1 of their last 8 games against the Seahawks. They are on an 8-game losing streak against the Seahawks. I think Seahawks got their number in this one. I like it being at home, too. 6.5, we will ride with Seattle. All right, final. All right. Oh, no, we got them all. We're all in. Here we go. All right. So, again, we got a dog in there. We got some that, I think, has got to be the biggest point total spread that we've had of our 4-leg parlay all year.
Some bad matchups.
Some bad matchups. We got a big road, big home, and we got a road dog here. All right, plus 1219. Get to FanDuel.com/bigplay to get signed up and play along with us, with our great friends at FanDuel. I'll get some wagers on the Cavs. I'll get some wagers on the Buckeyes. We'll get all that coming up. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. All right, welcome back, Fontana Show. Get us on Big Play. Follow us on Twitter at Matt Fontana Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or just download the app. The app is free. Download it to your Roku. You're off to the race with all of our shows. We got a new show in Pittsburgh. We got a new show in Detroit. We're all over the place right now. Full court Cleveland going on. Talking some Cavs. We'll talk some wine and gold here in a second. Real quick, Buckeyes this weekend, Purdue. I have PTSD about playing Purdue. There's just something always about like those kind of matchups when you're going to West Lafayette, like it's a tough place to play. Ohio State is a 30.5-point favorite. Rightly so. Quick on the rankings. Any thoughts on the first college football playoff ranking? I know you guys talked about it on Big Factor, but
I honestly haven't because I've been out the last couple of days, so I haven't even been keep. I saw the initial rankings. Ohio State. I mean, how
there's
can you not have the
no
number
debate.
one?
People are, well, maybe it's Indiana. No, it's not. It's the Buckeyes.
Booger McFarland tripping. He was talking about Ohio State.
Everybody is.
Yeah, I mean, top 3, and then 4 was Alabama. I thought was the right decision.
Yeah,
man, what a turnaround to start 0-1, and then here you are, number 4 in the nation with a potential bye. The other ones I saw Texas and Oklahoma were the 11 and 12.
Yeah,
that's not surprising. Some of the Notre Dame, of course, if they win out, they'll get in. Texas, though, tough schedule. They could lose 2 more games, and I wouldn't be shocked. I think they played Georgia and Texas A&M, so they could get booted out.
So that's the interesting thing for me is you got some new blood in this. You got Virginia up there. You got Texas A&M.
Stinks. That's such a joke.
So it goes Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech, Oregon, Notre Dame, Virginia. You got to put Memphis in there as the Power 5. All right, quick shout out of a team in that group that will not make it.
Oh, team in that group that will not make it.
Okay, it's not Ohio State. It's not going to be Indiana. It's not going to be Texas A&M. It's not going to be Bama. It's not going to be Georgia.
I'll say Texas because I think they're going to lose on the road in Athens.
Well, technically, Texas is not in right now. That's Texas Tech.
Texas, I thought was 11.
No, they got Virginia.
Oh, maybe that was a projected one.
Yeah, it's projected.
Wow, okay. Well, then.
So in Virginia.
Virginia.
The
ACC kind of stinks.
I think it's Texas Tech. Well, somebody's got to make it from the ACC. Somebody has
That's
to
what I'm
make
saying. In the Big 12, you also have BYU.
So BYU's in. That's what I'm saying. They're in, and I think. And the thing is, remember, they got rid of the conferences automatic. The conference winners automatically get a bye this year, so that's why Virginia could win the ACC, but they're down there at 11. So that's the right thing to do on that. I don't think Texas Tech, if I had to pick one, and it's just the first one, and they always kind of pace it out there. I actually don't like the Buckeyes to cover that 30.5. I don't know why. Purdue sucks. They're 2-7. That should be a number, but we'll stay aside. What do you think of the Cavs? Here we are. Sam Merrill back. Darius Garland back. Cavs are just fine where they're at. But just a reminder on Wednesday night, that's the Cavs team we're looking at. That is the real Cavs team that we need to keep our eye on this season. And Jared Allen looked good. I love where the Cavs are at. This is going to sound so weird. I think they care about the regular season, but they don't. They just know we're better. You're better than the 76ers, I think, even with Paul George and Joel Embiid. The path is there. They take it easy on these teams, and they still win by double digits. I love where the Cavs are at, and I loved seeing Darius Garland come back, get right back into that flow, man. That felt so good. To hit some shots, get right back into it, and just know how important he is to this team. You can navigate these injuries. You'll be just fine. I love, even with some losses, I love where the Cavs are at right now and how they're playing. Do I love the grid? I don't. Some weeks I do, some weeks I don't. Let's see what we got. The Immaculate Grid comes your way next. Stay with us. All right, here we go. I hope everybody enjoys playing along at home and calling Ryan and I out, and Danny last week for just being not smart on some things. But you know how the Immaculate Grid works. Got to put a player in each one. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, undrafted. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Oh, golly. All right. Is that not...
Should we wait to do that?
I guess, because
yeah,
I don't know how we're going to get that.
Let's do the teams first.
Okay.
Where do you want to start?
All right. I'm just trying to...
Texans, Broncos. Oh. That's, oh my God. Peyton Lindsey, right?
Philip Lindsay.
Philip Lindsay. Who's
Philip Lindsay. That's a good call. There you go. What is screaming to me about the Raiders and the Broncos? I wanted to say Jordy Nelson, and I know that's not right. I feel like there's a receiver there that is just like weighing on me, but I don't know who it is. All right, we'll step that aside there.
Texans, Cowboys. Something screaming. DeMarco Murray?
I don't remember him with Houston. Oh, no. It's not Arian Foster, I don't think, either. Right?
No.
Okay. Set that
running
aside.
back am I thinking of?
Well, I have a weird running back one, but I don't think it works. The Raiders and the Saints, is that not... Did Maurice Jones-Drew? That's not right. Darren Sproles played with the Saints. But I don't know if he played
for the Raiders. I don't know if he played for the Saints.
I don't know. Oh, Maurice Jones-Drew. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. All right, let's focus on some quarterbacks here. So it's like Derek Carr, Matt Schaub. Houston Saints is Tyrod Taylor. Or Tyrod. Sorry to Baker. He gets really angry when people do that. That is... Wait, oh, no! No, wait a minute.
I don't think he ever...
Absolutely not.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I just kind of clicked it. I don't think he played on the Saints.
No, I know for 100%.
Tyrod Taylor on the Saints? Did he? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
That might be like a Mandela effect thing, Matt.
Wait a minute.
I'm not sure I remember that one.
He didn't play on the Saints.
2 weeks in a row.
Wait,
that's why we don't like the grid.
No.
I mean,
no.
Do you want to keep going?
No. Well, the undrafted. Can you go down, give up, and then go down? I'm just curious to see the undrafted.
Wrong screen. Yeah.
Wrong screen. Thank you.
Nope. Show summary. No thanks, maybe later.
Yeah, no thanks, maybe later.
Derek.
Oh, well, there's Philip Lindsay. Brock Osweiler. That's a good one. Tony Romo. Taysom Hill.
Like, it's just tough. We don't have much time when the grid comes on. Oh, my gosh.
Derek Carr.
Yeah. We just don't have much time when the grid comes on. So, like, I feel like
I need to do a better job of pacing our show.
It's okay. It happens.
All right. Browns, Jets. Are we going to do it? We'll tell you next. All All right, here we go. Browns 2.5-point favorites is now flipped to them. Browns have just covered one of their last 4 games, or excuse me, one of their last 5. Against the Jets, the Browns are just 3-7 against the spread and straight up in their last 10. The Browns are on a 9-game losing cover streak on the road. We are 0-9 against the spread in our last 9 road games. The Jets are no much better. 1-7 in their last 8. They've lost their last 5 home games. Under. It's only 36.5. Has hit 4 of the last 5 games between the Jets and the Browns when they play at MetLife. I like the under. I like over 20 rushing yards. I haven't said 30. You can push it to 30 for Justin Fields. I like Quinshad Judkins anytime touchdown on this one. And I like the Browns to cover. -2.5. Build me that parlay on out. Browns -2.5. Q scoring a touchdown. Over 30 rushing yards for Justin Fields. What I got, Ryan, I think we win this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to go Browns 19. I'll go Jets 13.
Oh, I didn't give you a score.
I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game
Listen, the Jets are bad. They just traded away 2 of their two best players on defense, call for what it is. Not even of the best. No, they're 2 best players on defense. If you lose this game, I don't care if it's on the road, seriously, fire them.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. Like, fire them. There's no excuse to lose this game 0. It's absolutely embarrassing. You have a team actively tanking. They've showed you that. They just traded away their best players. I don't care if they're on a bye week, coming off a bye week. If you lose this game to the New York Jets, especially if you don't score 20-plus points, man.
I think the Jets are pushing maybe 13. I don't know what their point total as a team is. I like them for like 13 points. I'll give you the Browns 21-13.
Like, I don't say lightly if you lose a game on the road, you deserve to be fired.
Right.
Because that's tough. It's tough to win in the road in the NFL. Very tough, probably tougher than people realize, but this is a special occasion.
That it is. All right, really appreciate everybody joining us this week. Thanks to FanDuel. Get signed up, FanDuel.com/big play. Thanks to our friends at Pure AV, Physicians Ambulance, and Garage Beer. Go Browns, go Buckeyes, go Cavs. We'll talk to you next week. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy.